The Icons of Real Estate Podcast. Are you ready to learn the proven money-making secrets from top-producing icon agents? Ready to skyrocket your business? This podcast is for you. Tune in every week with your host, Tomasz Fonseca, and find out how to implement proven strategies to 10 times your business, from $3 million to $30 million in just 12 months. Brought to you by the Masters in Real Estate Marketing, Arter SEO.
So, welcome to another episode of the Icons of Real Estate podcast, where we highlight top professionals who are making waves in the industry. And I'm your host, Karen Roberts. And today I'm joined by Meredith Buckland. She's an elite HomeSmart agent known for helping clients find their dream home. Now, she's a President's Club honoree and Platinum Level Sales Achiever. She ranks among the top 250 agents nationwide, and her expertise has even earned her a feature on HGTV's My Lottery Dream Home. So join us as we dive into her story, her journey, strategies, and her passion for real estate. Welcome to the show, Meredith.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
So first of all, would you like to share with the listeners a little bit about what initially inspired you to pursue a career in real estate?
Sure. I was actually in marketing and administrative work at a private school, and that was my focus. But I have a background with my grandfather, who was a broker, my mom, who did real estate for a short term. So I was familiar with that world, so to speak. My background in college was in communications and design. So both of those fields just brought an array or renaissance of focus in space planning, assisting families at school, and then also communication with them. And so that kind of all meshed together and formed, I would say, a future vision of real estate, or thought it would be interesting. And then as a transition was coming up in my work at the school, I decided to jump in, get my license, and pursue it full time. So that was kind of my background and orientation to the whole world of real estate.
So your background in design and communications, well, how do you think that influenced your approach?
Greatly. I mean, we studied often of space and visual planning, but as a young child, even just being aware of space and design, it intrigued me and interested me. And so as it related to the homes and viewing them or setting them up even now in business with staging them or presenting them to the public, being able to help that buyer see through some of what they were currently looking at and what could be, and helping them to gain that vision and potential for that home and how to make it their own. And then when they went to sell, how to neutralize it and make it the most appealing it could be to the broadest category of clients. So all of that played into it very well. I felt comfortable with that, how to help them get there and navigate it on both sides. So for me, that was just an exceptional ability to be able to offer my clients that view and approach.
Yeah, fantastic. And you've been recognized among the top 250 agents at HomeSmart. That's a huge achievement. So what key strategies have helped you stand out in such a competitive industry?
Well, most of my clients are word of mouth. I would say 99%. They are my strongest advocates. So showing up in a big way, in a real way to those clients, making them feel heard, being a good listener. And a good listener is someone that they're not just ready to speak the next sentence and overrun their client, but they're listening actively to hear what the concerns are, what the needs are, and then being able to quickly facilitate and answer and respond to those needs, whether it's by communication, text, email, phone call, because every client, my youngest love text, my oldest clients love that in person. They love me to sit there and talk through a contract. So understanding the communication needs of my clients, showing up for them every day, and becoming that trusted resource. And within the actual physical maneuvering of that contract from start to finish, I'm there with them every step of the way. So they don't get handed off to a group or an assistant or someone else. They have my undivided attention from start to finish. What that looks like for me is going to the inspections, having a really trusted inspector and being there. My inspector recently said, "You're one of the few agents that even comes to the inspections." And for 12 years, I have shown up to probably 90% of the inspections because I'm learning. I'm focusing with my clients on critical areas during that time frame that can make or break that transaction. And then later, as we sit back and review that report, we're going carefully line by line. Remember what we saw here. Remember what we heard here. Is this important? Is this just a notification of maintenance? And helping them to maneuver a very emotional part of that whole entire transaction, giving them reassurance of that, and then pulling in other experts who I've established relationships with from every HVAC, plumbing, general contractor, giving them the reassurance they might need very quickly and in a very concerning and emotional part of that journey. So those are key ways that I try to connect in the very beginning, and then helping them to get with trusted resources. Maybe it's a lender or maybe it's a closing attorney, but people that I trust and have a good working relationship with where they feel confident, because they're making quick decisions and they have to have that confidence that they're making the best decision for their investment. So for me, it's a non-negotiable. I am with them every step of the way. They have my undivided attention, and I'm actively listening all the way through to make sure, because this isn't a transaction for me. This is a relationship. And I want to see my first time home buyers. I want to see them again at their next phase of home and then all the way through. And I want my end of phase buyers who are then maybe going on to a senior community to feel like someone has protected their investment and cared for it, whether it's a $200,000 home or a $2 million home. They're going to have my undivided attention and the best care throughout it as their advocate.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, what I'm hearing from you is really the importance of being very bespoke with your approach. And looking at the fact that everybody is different. There isn't a one size fits all. And to have these different skills that you're bringing into it so that you can deal with every different type of client. And so obviously these skills have been beneficial to you. I mean, you've got marketing skills. You've even caught the attention of HGTV's My Lottery Dream Home. Can you share about how that opportunity came about and what was it like?
Well, it almost felt surreal. I had listed a home, and I do a lot of prep work with the seller. So I have the best photography crew that I can get on their property, help them with the staging, help set it up. And this is not $1 million home. This is just a entry-level home, but it was ready for market. Put it on. I'm driving. I get an immediate call, and I try to answer every call. I don't know who it is, so I've got to grab that call. Picked up the phone while I'm in traffic, and here, I'm calling about such and such address. So I think it's an agent ready to book. And I say, perfect, let's go online. We'll get you scheduled to do a visit of the home. And they say, well, this is HGTV. And we saw your listing online, and we would love to have that as part of our program. So at first I'm thinking, HGTV. I thought it was a spam call or something, like this can't be real. But as she began to talk and we talked together and kind of resonated with one another, she said, actually, I would like to use you as well as the agent for Atlanta. Just, I can get a sense from you that you really understand the market and are really a good advocate for your clients. So they signed me up, and my client was thrilled. Here now their home is getting a national platform. And it really started back with great marketing and good photography. So there's hundreds of homes on the market. They're looking in a key area, and my home resonates. They love the staging. They love the photos. So it grabbed the attention of not just the current market, but of HGTV, who then took my client to a national level. So it was incredible exposure for them to have that opportunity. And they were big fans. So it was a win.
Fantastic. And so, you're known for your dedication to clients and obviously strong negotiation skills. What advice would you give to buyers and sellers, I suppose, who are navigating real estate at the moment in this current place that everybody's at?
Yeah. That's a great question. And I think more than anything, in this market where people have access to information online in real time, they feel that they are now probably more informed than before, but that comes with caution. I would never advise someone to walk into a court of law and try to just be their own best advocate. I would advise them to get the best non-emotional advocate who can come in, walk beside them, provide the best advice from a legal standpoint. And that's what a good agent should be able to do for you. They should be a non-emotional, best advocate who understands the market firsthand, but also understands the contract. There's so much legalities in that. So even though you think, oh, I can just find a home online, book an appointment, go in, get that listing agent to show me, and then make a deal. No, you need your own advocate. You need someone who is fighting for you, who understands the contract, the market, and will ultimately help save you thousands of dollars just in that, and protect you from some of the worst case scenarios that could happen. So in this market, there is no sure win. Hey, I can just hit Zillow or I can hit any other platform. And within that, I feel like I have been best structured. I have an amazing brokerage at HomeSmart, and I have with them a vast array of tools that I can offer a client. So from our search, from start to finish, I have tools that can put them ahead, both as a seller, both as a buyer. So I would say find your best advocate, even in this current market, more than ever, probably in this current market, to help you win.
But what particular things do you think separates you from the marketplace? There's so many realtors out there. So what is it that people are looking for, or maybe they don't know that they're looking for? What do you think that covers for you?
I think they want to find someone they can trust. I think that is baseline of all of us. When we go to buy something, a car, a home, we want a trusted resource. We want to not feel duped. So we want to have someone that's straightforward. We want someone that's listening. We've all been in situations before where we can tell someone's not really listening to what we're trying to say and what we need. So we need somebody that's just listening and being a good listener. And within that, just someone who's working hard for us. When we can tell they're fighting hard for us, that whole sense of protection is just available. And that's something that I try to bring to my clients. I try to, in that moment, step in, listen to them. And if they have asked me, if they have given me the biggest gift they can give me of their trust, I want to make sure that I'm a wise steward of that. And I am constantly going above and beyond to show them all the way through that they have a trusted resource. They have an advocate who's working hard for them. And I would say my clients overall, there are many comments that they would put out there would be trusted resource, a good listener, works hard, helped exceed expectations. And those are the type of things that is more thrilling to me than any compensation that I could earn for it. Just having someone tell me in return, you helped protect my family and my biggest investment. And then I want my friend to be helped by you. I want my family to be helped by you.
There you go. You're going to get more referrals.
Mm-hmm.
And the next time, because, well, how many on average, I don't know, every 7 years, somebody's going to buy again. So you're going to get long-term referrals and long-term clients rather than coming at it as just purely a transaction. So it's all about building relationships, isn't it?
Yes.
So would you say most of your business comes from referrals?
Yes, I almost 100%, I would say, has come from referrals. And what a gift. It's the opportunity to find out that you not only helped them, but they are advocating for you. I can go and speak on my behalf all day long, but when somebody else says, you've got to use my realtor, you need to use them. And I'll get calls over and over from clients, and that's the case. Hey, my friend referred me, my family referred me, and so for them, I'm not even up against other agents at that point. This is my agent. And recently in a transaction, I know even when I ended with one family, their comment out even on social media was, "This is our realtor for life." And that's a huge win because they're a young couple and I'm hopefully going to be seeing them over and over again.
Absolutely. It just goes to show that if you go that extra mile, then really, how many more new people do you need? When you build up that kind of reputation, then you are going to get ongoing referrals and repeat business. So, last year, 24 was different. It was a different year for many. But for you personally, how was it? How many transactions did you end up doing in 24?
That's an interesting question because I never know. When I start the year out, it's okay, what is this going to look like? And I would say every year I tell my family that could be it. I don't know. But 2024 ended as one of my biggest years. So in spite of all of that, for 12 years, 2024 was my strongest year. And I don't take that lightly. I think it's a gift that's been given to me that I've tried to steward. So it was very great to see that ending result, but it's when I go into the year, I'm just like everyone else. We're almost starting fresh at the beginning, and I have no ability to say, "Oh yeah, these clients are all going to come with me, or the transactions are going to go smoothly, and we're going to finish out stronger than ever." But 2024 finished out very well.
Awesome. So what's next for Meredith? What are your goals for this coming year?
This coming year has already started big. I'm actually helping one of my biggest clients, which is my parents. They are transitioning from selling their longtime home to moving into a senior community. That has probably started out the year giving me a whole nother level of empathy that I had somewhat before, but when you've walked that path now, I feel it's better able to set me up for helping other families, not only who are getting ready to walk their own parents through, but even senior parents who are now at that phase of life and just helping guide them through that. So it's not a big home, but it's a very emotional home, and being able to walk them through that carefully. That's if I've done nothing in 12 years, I've been able to help and helping them, my own parents, through that. So that's already been a gift of this 2025.
Beautiful, beautiful. And look, last question. Here at Icons, we're not just a podcast. We are the #1 real estate podcast network globally, and we're passionate about making podcasting accessible to everybody involved in the business of real estate. So, Meredith, for you personally, if you had your own podcast, what do you think you'd call it?
Well, I don't know. I don't have my own podcast, but I would hope I could probably tag in with my brokerage and call it HomeSmart, Smart Connections, and hope that people resonate with it and join the podcast and join myself on a team of finding them the best home.
Perfect. And if the listeners are out there and they want to get in touch, how do they find you? How do they reach out to you?
Well, I'm hopefully very reachable by internet, and they can find me at meredithbuckland.com. And they can also reach out to me at Meredith Buckland, and hopefully they will be able to connect with me quickly. My cell phone is even available out there. Not sure if I can provide that out here, but that is available. So my cell phone is 678-788-0246. And I welcome text calls, emails, and glad to help any client or agent for that matter.
And are you looking to connect with anybody in particular?
I love to connect with even other agents just to find out how they do business. I never feel like I have achieved the highest level of knowledge. I'm always learning. So as long as I'm learning, I'm open to those good connections. And sometimes that has been what has secured the winning deal because of a good relationship with another professional. We're able to help advocate for our clients and come together. And it's a beautiful thing. So we're in this together, and I'm always glad to collaborate.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Meredith. It's been lovely speaking with you, and good luck with doing everything for your parents. It's quite an honor, isn't it, to help them
It is an honor
through that transition.
It is an honor.
I will be back next time with the Icons of Real Estate.